in lane 1. Tecumseh sophomore Kylie Maston and Sylvania Northview senior Jenna Kill. Jenna was 8th a year ago. Lane 2, Boardman freshman Reagan Berkey and Rocky River junior Ava Rouser. Lane 3, Brunswick junior Haley Borges. Hilliard Davidson senior Megan Scully. Lane 4, Mason sophomore Faith Min and Austintown Finch senior Lauren Dolak. She was 6th a year ago. Lane 5, Gahanna Lincoln junior Madison Martinez. She was runner-up last year. And Hilliard Davidson freshman Lindsay Stahl. Lane 6, Beaver Creek senior Stephanie Pierce and Nordonia senior Carmen Light. Lane 7, King senior Carly Connor and Hudson senior Emily Aiken. Lane 8, the defending state champion junior from Thomas Worthington, Gia Napoleon, and Gahanna Lincoln junior Shanae Dees. She was 3rd a year ago. And in lane 9, Westerville Central senior Sydney Capo and Maria Midpark junior Morgan Jankowski.
After 13 events in the girls division, the top 4 schools, Troy has 22.5, Kingswood 23, they're tied with Youngstown East. They've also 23, and 31, Lancaster. Madison Martinez across the line, 208.89. 5th place, Pickerington Central senior Crockett Schooler, 38.28.
We are back. Welcome to the Central Ohio High School Showcase, the COHSS. What you just witnessed there was one of the best 800-meter races we've ever seen from a young woman. That was Madison Martinez from Gahanna Lincoln High School. And awesome to join us today. Madison, how are you? Good morning. Thank you for joining the showcase. How are you feeling today?
I'm pretty good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you. Listen, I appreciate this more than you know. It's a pleasure to be able to showcase some of the fantastic athletes that we have in Central Ohio, not only in football, which is a big sport, we get it out here, but other sports, volleyball, track and field, soccer. We just have so many athletes, and I'm just a pleasure for you to join us today. So let's get into it, okay? I'm a big track guy, so I love track. We just watched that state championship from you last year in the 800 meters. But I want to talk to you a little bit more about your overall athletic career, which I was surprised to find out this year, okay? Just watching the last couple of years that you were a tremendous volleyball player. Got a chance to come out and see you in a couple games. Super impressed. We're going to talk more about volleyball because I believe it's a sport that's really blowing up, and I want to hear more about that. But I want you to tell us about you. I want you to kind of go back. Tell me about your athletic career. Where did it start? How old were you when athletics became important to you? And just what were the sports that got you started in your career?
Yeah, well, I was pretty young when I started playing sports. Both of my parents played college sports. My mom played volleyball, and my dad played golf. And so sports was kind of just like running in the family. And so when I was young, I played softball, I dove, I swam, played soccer for a long time too. And so those were really the sports that I started out playing. I played multiple sports. It was something that I loved to do. And as I got older, I sort of found out what I liked and what I didn't like. And my two main sports, middle school, was track. I started running track in middle school, and then volleyball and soccer. And so eventually, when I got to high school, I had to pick between volleyball and soccer, and I ended up choosing volleyball because it was a sport that I loved. And then I also continued running track as well. And as time went on, I thought volleyball was sort of like my first love kind of thing. And but so then I decided to run or play volleyball in college, and I realized that I really love track. And like as I was going through high school, like that was a sport for me. Like I love the competitiveness. And so that's when I sort of decided that I wanted to run track in college. And so just sort of switched gears, and, growing up, just being super athletic, super busy all the time. Like, I think that really helped me to like be good at multiple things.
Now I want to go back. You talked about swimming and diving and, even on the soccer pitch as well. Like, what are some of just the what did you gain from playing those sports early, before kind of choosing up on one sport? And was it hard to give away, things that I'm sure you were successful in? Because you've been awesome in volleyball and track, so I can only imagine you were awesome in those other sports as well. And you told me a little bit about playing softball as well, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't really play softball that long. I realized it wasn't the sport for me. I played it. I played it like for one summer, and it was just like too slow of a game for me. I like physical contact and stuff like that. But growing up, I learned like from soccer and diving and just like the team aspect of things, and realizing how you can find some of your closest friends through sports. And I think that was the main thing for me, is really creating those relationships and like finding how to be a team player, how to be a leader. I think those really helped me like bring me to who I am today. And just growing up around those girls, like spending multiple years with them, like it was so much fun.
So let's talk about volleyball for a little bit here. So I want to get into this because it intrigued me when I seen you on the volleyball court, okay? And a lot of people may not know this if you don't follow volleyball a lot. But when I came to see you for the first time, you had on a different jersey than everyone else on your team. I was intrigued by this. I wanted to know what it was. So I want you to explain for the people who don't know a lot about volleyball, what that position is, why do you wear a different color jersey, and what does that allow you to do, and some things that you can't do as far as the team aspect in the game is concerned.
Yeah, so the different colored jersey is called the libero position, and pretty much that is like a defensive specialist, and they stay in the whole game pretty much, and they're out for one rotation. They're usually sub in for like a hitter that's not as good like in the back row.
And
so
not to cut you off, but if you can see here, you see everyone's in white and you have on a blue jersey kind of in the middle of the court. So go ahead, continue, please.
Yeah, so I mean, my position is mainly to put up a good pass, as good as a pass as I can for my setters. That way we can set up our offense. And just being able to have that person on the floor all the time really helps the team out.
Wow. Like I was so intrigued. And then I never seen you like spike the ball or anything like that. So then I thought like, okay, so there's certain limitations to the position as well about what you can do physically between the bump sets and the spikes, right?
Yeah. So like as a libero, you're not allowed to jump. Like your hand and ball contact can't be over the net. And if it is over the net, then it's like called as like you're just not allowed to do that. So then they call you and then give the other team a point. But yeah, that's one of the rules and limitations that comes as a libero position, is you can't go over the net.
Now, earlier in your career, you thought that you were going to play volleyball in college. It didn't, turn out that way as you became so successful in another sport. But as we look at some of the clips here, you playing volleyball, I just want to give you this opportunity right now to talk about the team that you've played with, some of the seniors that you played with over the last 4 years. You have some really talented young ladies that you play with. And let's give those young ladies a shout out as we kind of progress through this, and because we're going to end up at track and field, because that's just that's my sport. That's what I love. So, but let's just talk about your teammates, what you've been able to accomplish with them over the last 4 years. And then I want to move on to a different part of volleyball where you got to play some international or some Team USA experiences as well.
Yeah, so I mean, with this school season, it was really fun because we have 5 seniors, and that's really uncommon for like a volleyball team. And so it was really fun to like create the bonds with them and stuff. So I played with them last year. So that was really fun, and just seeing everyone come back and better and like all working towards an end goal. It was just like so much fun being able to play with everyone all together, like knowing that this is our last year, so we want to give it all that we got. And so it was like amazing creating those relationships, and like those are some friendships that I'll never forget.
Absolutely, absolutely. I love the bonding. You know what I mean? You never get this time back in high school. You're going to move on to college. It's going to be a different atmosphere, a different feel to everything. But you're right. Those high school bonds you will have for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your experiences. Team USA volleyball. You were able to win a gold medal, right?
Yeah, we won nationals.
Nationals, absolutely. So let's just talk about that. When you get to that kind of level, when you're playing with the best of the best young ladies in your age group, how is that a little bit different than a high school game when you get to that national level?
Yeah, it's definitely different. With that, it was my club team. I played at Mintonette, and so when I was 16, we went to nationals, and we were ranked like top like 5, and we went to really good tournaments. We won like a lot of tournaments where it was competitive and everyone wanted to win kind of thing. And so when we went to nationals, I think we were ranked like maybe 3rd or 4th. And so the year before we got 4th place and we just missed the podium. So we were really motivated to go out there and just win, give it all that we got. And so we ended up winning the 16 Open Nationals. And that's the highest division in the 16s age group.
Wow.
And so that was like so much fun, and it was a really cool experience just to like win with all of like some of my best friends, and like we had worked so hard for it. Like we train all summer, and it's like every day, and it's just like finally all that hard work paid off. And like coming back from like being 4th last year, it was just like something that I'll never forget. Like winning in that last point, going down and realizing that we had won is like an unreal experience. Like it still doesn't seem real, and it's been like over a year. And
you can remember every point, huh?
Yeah, it's really crazy. And but yeah, comparing club to high school is really different. So like in club, I'm used to playing with some of the best people like in the country, and just going from such a high level to like not like just like a little bit lower level, just because everyone isn't as experienced and has that sort of grit, I would say.
But do you?
It's different.
It's different. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. But the fact that you had the opportunity to play on that level, you got a chance to showcase your skills and be recognized.
Yeah,
as one
it was
of the
awesome.
best. Absolutely, absolutely. I want to transition a little bit now from volleyball to the track of, the sport, the track, tracks, the sport of my heart. Last year, it was tremendous for you. 800 meter state champion.
Yeah.
4x800 meter state record. One of the top time in the nation last year. 4x4 was tremendous as well. I want to talk about these 4 young ladies that help you accomplish the 4x800 meter record. It was tremendous. You start every meet with this race. Allison Groves, Shanae Diaz, Claire Stigerwald, and yourself, a state record time of 8:53:49. It sent shockwaves through the entire stadium. Just walk me back a little bit through that race, what you remember, just the energy, the buzz in the stadium, and just having that moment with those other 3 young ladies.
Yeah, I mean, going into the race, it was on rain delay. So, I mean, the meet was already delayed an hour and a half. And so we were already all warmed up. And, like, my coach is really good, like, talking with us. And, like, it's okay. Like, this happened to me. Like, we just got to stay focused, stay ready, and, like, expect this. Like, it's going to rain. It's probably going to be a delay. So just be ready. So I think that really helped us, like, take control of how we were feeling and how, like, amped up we were to run that race because we knew what we could do. And, like prior practices before the meet, we sit down and talk about race strategies kind of thing. And like we knew we were all super capable of breaking the record and winning. And so I think we were all really ready to run, and we're all super competitive, so we wanted to win. And so when we finally got it out on the track, like an hour and a half later, we were prepared. Like our coach prepared us really well. We knew all we had to do is run because our training is going to pay off. Like we're super fit. And so I know Claire said that if we got like the baton and the lead to Madison, that it was pretty much over with.
Done
And
deal.
so, yep. And like Claire ran an amazing leg. She ran like a 2:13, and that was like a huge PR for her. So that helped us so much. And Shine let us off so well, and Allison did really good in her middle leg. And she had come back from an injury, so like from the previous year. And so she ran really well, and just to have her be a part of that again was so much fun. Like, they're all my best friends, and I'm so glad that like we could accomplish that together. And so like when I got the baton, I really wanted to just like be relaxed, but I was like, no, I can't do this. Like I have to get this like record, and we have to win. And so yeah, just as I was running, I was really focused, and I love running on the back stretch of the stadium because you can see the boards. So I could sort of see everyone behind. Well, I couldn't really see them behind me, but I knew they were really far back. And so I just kept running, and I just tried to give it all that I got. And it was just so cool hearing, like, when you're running, you don't really hear anything. You just hear like, it's just like blocked out for me anyways. And
believe me, it was loud.
yeah, but
It was loud.
It was so cool just crossing that line and watching it like tick, and just like how low, and how it was just awesome. Like, it's
awesome.
something that I can't explain. It's
Yes.
it's a really great feeling. Yeah.
You get the record. So now you have to come back. You have two more races, the Open 800 and the 4x4. Just tell me the mindset going into the 800. You knew that you were one of the best. You had been there the year before, okay? With one of the top finishes as well. But you wanted that one, didn't you?
Yeah, I definitely wanted it, especially like the year before I had gotten second. And in indoor, I had gotten second as well that year. I came back from an injury and had about a week to like train and get a workout in. So I wasn't too confident in that race, but I was still able to get second. And then going into outdoor, I just knew that I wanted it so bad. And just like the year before getting second, it just like it irks me almost. And so I just really wanted, like, I knew I had worked so hard and I wanted that state title so bad. And just going into that race, I was confident, but my legs just from the race before, they were a little tight, and like I had some hamstring problems. So like I was ready, like once the gun like went off, like everything was going to be fine. I wouldn't feel my legs or anything. And I would just run. And so I think like going into that race, we just had to start the race, and then I'd be good. And
Absolutely.
yeah.
Now, what you're seeing on the screen now is Madison on her anchor leg of the 4x400 meter relay, which she was tremendous in that as well. Also with another state championship. So Coach Whitaker, let's talk about him for a moment. He has run a tremendous program for years. I don't necessarily know if he's respected as the great coach that he is for what he's accomplished. The ladies are a little bit more dominant than the men, even though the men are doing their thing. Shout out to my guy, LaCar Trent. Shout out to my guy, Jerome Buckner last year. They put it down as well. But what you ladies have been doing is really been special. Just talk about the family atmosphere, the bond that Coach Whitaker provides for you all to run at this extremely high level.
Yeah, I think it's awesome, like the program that Coach Witt has built. I mean, he's been there for a really long time, and I think that the ladies have just gotten good in the like past 6 years. And so it's really fun to be a part of that. I know, like, coming in as a freshman, the girls team had just tied for the state championship. And I was like, okay, I want to be a part of that. Like, I wasn't really sure if I liked track or not. And so I was like, okay, I think I want to do this. And so I think the bond that Coach Witt has created is really awesome. Like, we have get-togethers, like during Christmas, we have like a gift exchange with the whole girls team, and then the guys team was there as well. So I think just creating those bonds with people just helps everyone run a little faster on the track, because then you want to do it for each other. And it's a lot of fun just being able to create those relationships. And yeah.
Absolutely. It's tremendous, you know, what he's built there, and what you young ladies and young men over there are able to get from the program. It's fantastic. You made a big decision last week, okay? Everybody in the nation was calling. Oklahoma State was calling. LSU was calling. Kentucky was calling.
Yeah.
Tell me when I leave them out. You know, I know it was
Penn
multiple.
State.
Penn State was calling.
A lot. Those are
They all wanted the tremendous academic and athletic services of Madison Martinez. But you settled on a school. I think it kind of opened up some eyes a little bit people who don't know, the real story of track and field and the teams that are good out there, everybody thinks Power 5 and, these schools, but you made a decision for Villanova.
Yep.
And they have an outstanding middle distance program, which is the events that you run and you're successful in. So let's just talk about the marriage, Madison Martinez to Villanova, and just, what you expect and, kind of what they expect from you.
Yeah. I mean, picking my school was really hard. I went on multiple visits, and I think when I went to Villanova, I already loved it just by like talking to the coach and having a home visit. And I was really hoping that the official visit went well, because I knew that was one of my top schools. And like the first day, I knew, like, we just went to dinner and met with some of the girls, and I went back to the hotel room and I told my mom, I was like, I'm going here. Like, I loved it so much, and I hadn't even seen the campus or met any of the other girls, but just like their personalities really like stood out to me, and like they were people that I could just be with, and they're like my kind of people. And so I really love Coach Gina. I feel like she's very smart. She's a great coach. She's a legend herself. She's a fantastic runner. And so I really trust her, just with me not like training as much as the usual track runner going to college. So I think she can transform me into a better track athlete, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Now, you kind of told me off, and I don't know if we should get a secret away because how good that you've been, but that you haven't really been fully committed to a track season almost yet, So I'm sure that they're excited to see the capabilities of what you can be with your time fully committed to track and field. And with the time that you ran last year, the 2:08, the time that I think you're capable of this year, which is a state record, tell me, what are your expectations when you get to that next level? Just having a taste of it now and making your commitment. When you get there, I've heard how competitive you are just in our conversation here, but you're looking to get to this level and become one of the best 800-meter runners in America. That's right?
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely looking to be like as best as I can be. That's my main goal. Like, just work hard every day, and like the results will come with the training. And so I think just transitioning to being a full-time track athlete, like, yeah, it's going to be really hard, but I mean, with results comes hard work, and you can't get anywhere without working hard and putting in that time. And so I think just being focused on what my goals are, and I think that'll drive me every day to just be better, and that it'll come with time.
Absolutely. A couple more things I want to get to here. We speak about Villanova. We know that is a program where academically you have to be not only sound but exceptional to attend a university like this. One of the reasons that I love having young people like you on is because you are taking that part of your craft seriously. Just talk about how important the academic piece is, to allow you the opportunity to be recruited by programs such as Villanova, Oklahoma State, LSU, and what it means academically.
Yeah, I think academics is a huge part for any athlete. I mean, that can make or break you. As far as what school you want to go to, if you're really interested in a school, because you really have to have good grades, a good test score kind of thing. And I think just like how I work hard in sports, I work hard in school. And I've always been like a self-driven person kind of. And so I really work hard to get A's, all A's, and I'll study for a test or a quiz or do homework. Like, it's just the basic things, and it all adds up. And I think it's really important for any student athlete to take their academics seriously, because when you get to college, it's not done for you, and it's different. You'll be in class sizes that are a lot bigger. It's sort of an on your own kind of thing. And so I think it's really important for any athlete.
I like how you said that. I just do the basics. And if you take the basics seriously, you can achieve, right?
Yeah.
It's the basics. Do the homework. All right. So I want to wrap this up with you today. Our interview. Thank you again. It's been tremendous. Just learning so much about you. I want to talk about some of the people that have helped you get to this point. Not only a Coach Whitaker, not only your teammates. You brought them up earlier. Your dad played golf in college. Your mom volleyball in college, but just talk about the family dynamic. I got a chance to sit down with you guys, you and your mom, earlier as we set this up, and I've seen your dad, and we've talked on multiple occasions. Just talk about the camaraderie, the family, just the love that you have for each other, and how they've supported you to get you to this point.
Yeah, I mean, my family has always been so supportive of me. I mean, we've traveled all over the country just for sports, and just that they're able to sacrifice their time, like when I was younger, to take me to practice or drive me from one practice to the other. Like, it's something that I'm like so thankful for, and I'm like, I don't really realize that like not everyone has that, and so I think I take it for granted sometimes, but I'm really thankful that they were able to do that, because I don't think I would be where I am today. And just also them supporting me in my big decision in deciding to decommit from Ohio University to play volleyball and to run track. Like, that was a really hard decision. It took months to finally decide what I wanted to do. But even friends, family, they were always there for me. I could always talk to them about anything. They were open to any of my decisions. They knew I could do great things on any level. And so just having that support system is awesome. Like, my grandparents come to every one of my volleyball games, home or away, and just having that and realizing like how close we are. I just really love that family aspect of things. And I think that they've really, just their support has helped me so much. And along with my coaches and like volleyball coaches, track coaches, just them being there for me, being so flexible with my schedule has helped tremendously, because I really couldn't be the athlete that I am today. And choosing to run track at like a super high level wouldn't have been possible if they wouldn't have been like flexible with me and so supportive. And yep,
it's tremendous.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Oh, but no, I do as we wrap up here. Shout outs. I love shout outs. Shout your teammates out, volleyball teammates, track teammates. We've mentioned a couple names so far, but anybody that we missed, go ahead and tell them that you love them. Tell them to retweet this and share this and that whole.
Yeah, I mean, just shout out to all my teammates that have been so supportive of me and like become my best friends, and also to my brother. I know he has a YouTube channel. Wanted me to shout him out at Ivy Storm. So he'll be happy that I did that. But also just like my family and friends for always supporting me and being there for me. And I couldn't have done it without you guys.
You heard it right here on the Central Ohio High School Showcase. Volleyball, national champion. Track and field, All-American, national champion, state champion from Gahanna Lincoln High School. I want to thank you again, Madison, for joining me today. Madison Martinez. Look, volleyball is complete, but you can catch Madison. She's going to be indoor track, I assume, right? Mm-hmm. And outdoor. We'll all be there in June at the Jesse Owens when she'll be attempting to break more records, and I believe it's possible. I want to thank everybody again for watching. Look, you can go back and